or office. Be still, a place where you will not be disturbed. And to gently close the outer eye, giving yourself permission for the inner eye to open, the inner ear to be activated. Remember, we're participating in the activation of our intuition, the ability to hear the inaudible and to see the invisible, and to activate our potential. Close your eyes and begin to relax. And so as you begin to stop now, allowing every breath that you take to be a signal to the body temple that it can relax, that it can release any sense of tension or anxiety, and that you in this moment are simply opening up to the dimension of wisdom and knowledge and intelligence that's already within you, but you're now giving it permission to come forward, to speak, or for you to hear what is always being broadcast. We begin with creating the field, activating the field of unconditional love. I want you to bring into your mind's eye a time in your life where you were in such a field. Perhaps a grandparent was generating such a field. Perhaps a loved one, a deep, soulful friend. But you knew when you were in this field, this individual loved without conditions or agenda. And you can feel the difference between that love and love that was based on conditions, you doing something good, and people liking you or loving you because of what you had accomplished or who they thought you were. You know that this was unconditional. Perhaps it had been proven because they felt the same way about you when you made a mistake as when you soared with some type of high recognition. As you're bringing that into your mind's eye in this moment, begin to capture the feeling tone of unconditional love. And begin to allow that to be magnified. That which you experienced through your friend or colleague or family member was a small glimpse of how the universe thinks about you, of how you are loved, how you are the beloved. The universe perhaps is saying, you are my beloved. And it wants to say, in you I am well pleased. That second statement comes as we begin to allow that which is seeking to emerge through us to emerge. So as you're feeling this unconditional love, allowing every breath that you take to amplify it, take a deep breath. If you hear the snap of my finger, multiply this awareness times 10. Breathe in. Multiply that awareness of unconditional love times 10. Just feel it, you're surrounded by it. It is the atmosphere. That which is seeking to emerge in you is seeking to emerge in an atmosphere of love. Take the breath. When you hear the snap of my finger, multiply this awareness times 50. Breathe in. The realm of unconditional love, amplified. For some of you, it may feel quite phenomenal. For others, just an increasing insight that you're surrounded by the presence. One more time. Take the breath. Hear the snap of the finger and multiply this awareness times 100. Unconditional love. The love without agenda. for you. It's now. It's the atmosphere that you're living, moving, and having your being in. This entire room that you're in is filled to overflowing with the substance of love. And with this as our foundation for the vision process, you're giving yourself permission to come into a deep reverential alertness, an attentiveness, a deep listening. And I'm going to amplify that in just a moment. First, we want to ask a question. We heard that the law is ask, and ye shall receive. When we ask a question, it doesn't change the universe. The question changes us and makes us receptive to what the universe or the universal mind or pure spirit wants to express through us, wants to give us an insight and revelation and ideas. When we ask the question, we become receptive, and then we listen. The question in this vision process is, what is God's idea of itself as my life? We're going to begin right there for a moment. We're going to language it in other ways as well. But right from the beginning, of course, we're knowing that God is not anthropomorphic, made in the human image. God is pure being, infinite potential, conscious, love, intelligence. What is this presence? What is its idea of its own life as me? That's the question you're asking. What is God's idea of its life as me? What is the possibility? Perhaps you want to ask, what is seeking to emerge in my life right now? How is the infinite life energy seeking to express itself through and as me now? What's trying to happen? What's seeking to be birthed through me now? Remember, you're entering into a state of reverential alertness. I want you to listen not from a passive state, but I want you to engage your entire being as if someone was about to whisper in your ear the greatest secret of the universe. What if someone was about to tell you something that would totally alter your life forever for the affirmative? You would be poised, available, receptive, and activate reverential alertness. Engage that vibration now. Listen. What is God's idea of itself as your life? What's trying to emerge in your life right now? It's seeking to express, and it is expressing in sound, in sight, in sign, feeling, augmented by your deep listening. Without censorship or denial, you listen, that you may be able to articulate the vision and the feeling of the vision as it begins to speak through you. and you will remember. Listen. What's trying to emerge in your life now? It may be a little shocking, may create a little resistance because it may be outside of your present paradigm, may not make total logical sense to your surface mind. But continue to listen. Do not censor or judge. You're in the process of learning how to activate the intuitive faculty and to catch vision, to catch the next stage of your own evolution. What's trying to emerge, what's trying to evolve. What is the next stage of my own evolution? Listen as you ask that question. You're not drifting. You're right here, anchored by your breath again, but you're listening. The mind of God is always broadcasting its message of excellence. It's always broadcasting. And it wants to emerge as your life. What is that vision? What does it feel like? What does it sound like to the inner ear? What does it look like to the inner eye? What signs and images are emerging? Feel it. And you will be able to articulate this vision in feeling, image, more and more. Now, as you're beginning to catch this vision, please be aware, everyone does not catch this visually. Oftentimes people catch it just through a sudden insight or a deep feeling or a knowing what their next step is, a knowing what's trying to emerge. Some people don't see it visually. They catch it, so don't judge yourself if you're not quote unquote seeing. It's still being broadcast through your feeling nature and the activation of your intuition and the faculty of direct knowing. Catch it. Listen. And as you're beginning to catch something along the lines of the vision for your life, God's idea of itself as your life, was trying to emerge as excellence in your life. As you're beginning to, quote unquote, see it, not with the outer eye, but with insight, and feel it with your heart and soul. Let us ask another question, a potent question. With what I am feeling and seeing and sensing as to what's seeking to emerge in my life, what must I become to manifest what I'm feeling or seeing or hearing or catching? What is my growing edge Where must I grow? What must I become in consciousness? We cannot have what we're not willing to become in consciousness. And so you ask, what must I become now to manifest this glorious possibility, this glorious vision? And without censorship or judgment, just let it emerge. It's right there within you. Your higher self within you knows all of this. And you've asked and given permission for this knowledge to be revealed to you. What must I become? You can augment this by asking, what is it that I need to let go of? What habits, points of view, perceptions, opinions that I must let go of in order for this next stage of my development to emerge? I know that all growth is about letting go. What must I let go of? Listen. Reverent alertness, listen. Reverent attention, listen. Without judgment, listen. What is my growing edge? Where must I grow? Where must I change? As you're increasing your capacity to listen and to hear with the inner ear and to see with the inner eye, without judging yourself, you're noticing what you need to let go of. You're noticing what you must become, and you are remembering this. As we remember this, we ask another question. What gifts, capacities, talents, attributes do we already have that can be in service to this vision, in service to this emergent field of possibility seeking to express itself through me? What gifts and talents and capacities and attributes do I already have? And as these begin to announce themselves through you, it carries with it the feeling tone of you already have. You're not depleted, you're not inert, you're not in lack. Some of the talents may be latent, may need to be developed. Some you're very conscious of. What are they? Notice what's already given here, so that that spiritual self-love and appreciation is amplified by the acknowledgments of your unique gifts and talents, capacities, and attributes. What do you have to bring to the unfoldment of this emergent field, this vision? Listen. And with this deep, pure listening, capturing and catching the vision for our life, or at least a dimension of it, what's seeking to emerge. Capturing what we must become, where we must change our growing edge, what we must let go of. Remembering the gifts and the talents, the capacities, the attributes we already have now. Some already active that can be used in service of that which is emerging. As this is occurring, I want you to feel into the willingness to be, the willingness to grow, the willingness to become what is necessary for the revelation and manifestation of this sacred vision. Search your mind and remember a moment of high willingness. A moment where your maybe became yes. Your I don't know turned into a yes. Your unwillingness turned into willingness. Your apathy turned into commitment. Feel the energy of willingness. Feel the energy of commitment. Feel the energy of yes, I can. Yes, I am able. Yes, I will. Feel the energy of yes. Breathe into yes. Breathe into willingness. You're giving permission for the great God of the universe. You're giving permission for the next stage of your evolution. You're giving permission for that which is seeking to emerge through and as you to come forward. You're saying yes to it without even knowing how to do it. You're saying yes, that it may compel you into right action. Order your steps, guide you in a language and in a way that you can understand. Inwardly say yes. Inwardly be willing. Feel the sacred yes factor increasing. Take that breath, increasing the yes factor. As you hear the snap of my finger, multiply that yes factor, that willingness factor times 10. Breathing in. Yes. Take a deep breath. Feel your lungs. Multiply the yes factor, the willingness factor times 50. Breathe and receive. Yes is large. One more time. Willingness is a major key. Take the breath, feel your willingness, your yes, your availability. Multiply it times 100. You're in willingness. The vision is becoming clearer and cleaner. What you must become is becoming more clear to you. What you must let go of is becoming more clear to you. Gifts and talents, capacities, attributes that you already have, you're celebrating them. They can be in service to that which you are seeking to become and manifest. And now, take on the vibration of gratitude and thanksgiving. I want you to think about something right now that you're very grateful for. Something that when you bring it into your mind's eye, you just feel grateful. Perhaps it's a family member that you just love so dearly, you're so glad that they're in your life. Perhaps it's something going on in your life, you're just grateful about it. Whatever the case may be, feel into the nature, the feeling tone of gratitude and thanksgiving and appreciation. And as you contemplate the vision, the emergence, the next stage of your evolution, as you contemplate what you're becoming, what you're letting go of, what you already have, as you're contemplating all of this, be grateful that it is so right now, that it's happening now. Feel as if someone has just given you a tremendous gift. They're not going to give you a gift. They've given it to you already, and you're grateful that you already have it. Thank you. You already have it. Thank you. This state of willingness and gratitude corresponds to what is seeking to emerge through you. The life force, the presence of God, corresponds by responding to its own nature. Your gratitude, your thanksgiving, your willingness, the activation of the yes factor. You're creating an energetic correspondence for the vision to now emerge with grace and with dignity. As this is occurring, I offer this proclamation, this affirmative prayer as I am speaking the word on your behalf and the behalf of all who are listening, knowing that where we are in this moment is all of the power, all of the presence, and all of the love of God. That there's no distance, nor is there any separation, no otherness, no other power, no other place, no other presence. All here now is the description of the presence of God and good in our life. It is from this awareness of unity with this truth I speak the word for each and every individual listening now, knowing that their life is the life of God, Almighty God, all beauty, and that something truly wonderful is happening in their life now, that anything heretofore that would have obstructed or denied the fullness of life from expressing through this individual is now disintegrated, dissolved, and transmuted into a higher frequency, and this individual is now free to live out the true meaning of this incarnation, allowing that which is emergent to come forward without incident, under the aegis of grace and spiritual dignity. It's happening now. Oh, I'm so grateful, I'm so thankful for this. I feel good about the word spoken. Something wonderful is happening. I am letting it be. The entire life is filled to overflowing with goodness and beauty and all of our needs met on every level of our existence. I feel it now. And from this moment on, everything works together for your good. I see it. And I give thanks for it now and forever. And so it is.
And so it is.
So be it.
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 Amen.
Amen.
As you slowly open your eyes from this brief visioning session, it is good at this time to get a piece of paper and to begin to catch key phrases and words that would describe the vision as you're now able to discern it. Words, statements, any way that it is of deep